What's going on, y'all? My name is Joltage, and today, bringing you the last LC match of SPL 8's Week 2, this time between Madoka of the Raiders and Sken of the Wolfpack. Now, both of these players came into this week at 1-0, and we're looking to build upon that with a win this week. I'd like to apologize for not being able to catch this live. I had work, and with my winter break actually ending now, I'm probably not going to catch a whole lot more live, which is unfortunate, but I will still strive to bring you some solid replay analysis if at all possible. Now, I've watched this game only once before. I actually just got done watching it for the first time, and it seemed pretty good overall. Looking at the teams, both teams are pretty fat in general. We've got on Madoka's side Shelder plus Diglett, and then just 4 defensive things in Ferroseed, Snubble, Grimer, and Slowpoke. With obviously Shelder being the main win con on this team. Grimer for knocking stuff off, Slowpoke to just be annoying, and Snubble as the primary fight check. Over on the Sken's side, we've got Rufflet, which ends up being a bulk up Rufflet, as well as Hippo, Fungus, Mienfoo, all of which can be bulky mons. Chinchou can operate both as a bulky mon or as a Scarfmon, which it potentially is on this team. Actually, I don't think it is, if I remember correctly. Then you've got Scarf Abra just in case in the back. But anyway, let's hop into the game, shall we? So turn 1, we're going to have Snubble versus Mienfoo out here. Obviously, Sken's not going to want to stay in on a Snubble, so he's just going to U-turn out of it and head into his Hippo, as Madoka's going to go for the Fire Punch, predicting the Fungus to come in. So, I mean, that's revealed. Hippo doesn't take too much damage. And this is going to be pretty free rocks for Sken, as he does decide to set those up as Madoka goes out to Ferroseed, who also can get some pretty free rocks, as Sken's going to go into his Mienfoo. Mienfoo obviously threatens Ferroseed out, so Madoka is going to switch out, and she has a great switch in Snubble, as Mienfoo's just going to go right for the U-turn. I was kind of expecting a knockoff or something there, but the U-turn is fine, and out comes Fungus. We've already seen the Fire Punch here, but Fungus eats and could threaten with a Sludge Bomb. So Madoka's just going to go to Ferroseed, which deals with Fungus quite well. And Sken's going to make the double out to Mienfoo, so that works out quite nicely for him. And Madoka this time is going to go out to her Slowpoke. She doesn't want Snubble getting worn down a bit more, but Sken's going to continue to go for the U-turns. Maybe this is a Scarfoo, actually, looking at it. Out into Chinchou, who is going to go for the Volt Switch. Obviously, Madoka has the Diglett on the team, but Sken felt confident enough that she wasn't going to be going into that to just Volt Switch out and preserve the momentum. The Volt turn is proving to be pretty useful for Sken so far this game. But anyway, out goes Ferroseed, and Chinchou's right back in Mienfoo, who's going to force out Snubble or Slowpoke once again. It's going to be Snubble this time. Getting pretty low. We're about to find out whether it's Berry Juice or not. Doesn't appear to be Berry Juice. I wonder if it's still the Thief set. Might be Heal Bella on this team, actually, thinking about it. But high jump kick's doing nothing. Snubble's going to fire off a play rough. It's going to do a respectable amount to the incoming Hippo, who is likely going to slack off here. Who takes this turn to slack off, as Madoka's going to go Slowpoke. Slowpoke obviously can carry the Scald, which can threaten Hippo, but she decides instead to go for the Psychic, perhaps predicting the Fungus to want to come in on the Scald, or maybe even the Chinchou, as both hit those Pokemon harder. But Sken's just going to go right for the Whirlwind, drag out the Snubble once again, who's going to take even more chip thanks to rocks and sand, and the just residual damage is building up on the side of Madoka. Madoka's just going to go for a play rough, get a pretty high roll and an attack drop, but it's not going to end up mattering. Earthquake plus Sand is going to be able to take out the Snubble. But now out comes Shelder. Sken obviously can't let this set up or anything, so he just goes for a whirlwind, but Shelder's going to take it out with the icicle spear. And out comes Abra. Abra obviously outspeeds, and it's not like Shelder runs Ice Shard these days. So Sken, knowing that he threatens out the Shelder, is going to make a double out to his Rufflet, as Madoka is going to go out to her Alolan Grimer to try and trap the Abra. It's also another reason why that play ended up working out for Sken. And Sken's going to reveal to be Bulk Up, and he's just going to kind of go for game a bit here. Potential, but he has potential to do some work, but Rufflet does need some time to ramp up. He's at +2 now and hasn't been poisoned yet, as he's just trying to bulk up some more, stay as healthy as possible. And these poison jabs are really doing not a lot, but finally does get the poison. It was bound to happen with poison touch and poison jab already being a 30% chance in general. But yeah, Sken's just gonna keep roosting to try and stay as healthy as possible. 72% is about as healthy as he's gonna get, so decides to go for the aerial ace. It's not gonna be enough, showing exactly how much time Rufflet needs to get going. Obviously he wants to go for the aerial ace as opposed to the Brave Bird, because a miss of Brave Bird would spell doom, and you at least want something where you can rely on for consistent damage. Anyway, this poison jab roost dance is going to continue on for a couple more turns, and Sken's going to take out the Grimer with another aerial ace, which is nice for the Abra obviously, because Grimer just traps Abra. But in comes Shelder now, and Madoka decides to Shell Smash on this turn. I was surprised that the Shelder ended up being faster than the Rufflet in general already. I don't know if it was supposed to be that way, but yeah, Madoka's just going to Shell Smash in a +3 Rufflet's face, as Rufflet's going to go for the superpower and miss, unfortunately. Now, I'm actually going to go to the calc thing, because that was pretty important. +3 superpower would have killed the Shelder even if it hadn't Shell Smashed, and with the Shell Smash it was definitely going to happen. I don't think Sken expected the Shell Smash to come out, because if he had, he could have just gone for the aerial ace, which would have definitely taken it out after the Shell Smash, but not before. I mean, technically he had one roll to do so, if the 80 HP was to be believed. But unfortunately for him, he either loses a speed tie or just didn't expect to be slower, and misses the superpower, allowing Shelder to set up, and basically it just gets a kill for free now. As Sken's going to decide to sack his Fungus. It's not really doing that much in this game. And Icicle Spear is going to be able to take it out. Fortunately, he does have a Chincho, which with Berry Juice is able to deal with the Shelder. And so Madoka is just going to switch out. Sken's going to go for the Volt Switch, knowing Madoka wasn't going to go to Diglett there. And out comes Rufflet again, who's really low. And Madoka's going to go to Slowpoke here, as Sken's going to go for the superpower. I wonder why. I would have expected the Roost if I was I was expecting the Roost when I was first watching this turn, just to try and maintain some presence for Rufflet, because you attack and it dies to the poison anyway. But I feel like Sken was just kind of hoping Madoka would get greedy for a spike or something, and be able to take out or at least severely damage the Pharaoh Seed. You weren't taking it out. Well, you might have been, but I mean, yeah, I have no idea if it would have actually taken out the Pharaoh Seed. But Madoka goes to Slowpoke, and that obviously works out even better for her, because it take minimal damage, and Rufflet's going to go down to the poison. Anyway, out comes Chincho, who's going to go for the Scald this time, perhaps actually expecting the Diglett to come in that turn. But Slowpoke's just going to slack off, and then this turn, Sken's gonna go for the Thunderbolt, and as Madoka did go to the Diglett, and that's gonna say goodbye to Chincho. Out comes Mienfu, but Slowpoke's always gonna be able to deal with that, as Mienfu's gonna fire off a high jump kick doing minimal damage, and Slowpoke can just fire off a Psychic as it takes another high jump kick. Psychic's gonna take out Scarf Mienfu. Yeah, I'm calling that Scarf Mienfu because you need some speed on this team other than Abra. But out comes Abra, who is packing the Shadow Ball and is going to go for it this turn. But this game is basically a foregone conclusion. The crit's going to take out Ferroseed, but Madoka can just go out to the Diglett, decides to show off the Z Memento to bring back Shelder and make sure Abra can't take out any of her remaining Pokemon. Unless like crits and stuff happen, and Madoka's just gonna go for the Shell Smash this turn as she gets Psychic, does 45%, and Icicle Spear is gonna be able to end the game this turn. The crit obviously doesn't matter; she was getting 5 hits anyway thanks to Skill Link, but Madoka is gonna pick up the victory and improve to 2-0 on the season. Sken's gonna unfortunately fall to 1-1. Obviously, the superpower miss was unfortunate for Sken there, but I mean, them's the breaks, that's how it goes in Pokemon. But yeah, decent game nonetheless. And yeah, anyway guys, if you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, comment with any feedback you have, and stay subscribed for more competitive LC content, including every single LC game this SPL. Hopefully I can catch more live, though I wouldn't expect that many more to be caught live, as I'm going to be quite busy and away from my ability to record while I'm at school. But yeah, anyway guys, my name is Joltage, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.